Welcome back to my channel. This is the One More Stitch Knitting Podcast, and my name is Sharon, and you can find me on all social media platforms at Ray Knits. And this is my second time recording because the first time the mic ran out of battery and my phone was running out of battery. So yeah, nothing recorded with audio the first time. Welcome back to my channel. It's been a while. And I have a long one for you today. I have finished objects, works in progress, and at the end I also have my flock special, which is where I will show you all of my flock fiber festival acquisitions, as well as go through some of the acquisitions I got from my friend Shreya. I was sent on a very important mission to purchase yarns for her. And then I also have some other acquisitions, specifically from the Nutiden collection and from Big Little Yarn Co., which I'm very excited to show. Okay. Oh, I also have some spinning to talk about, but I'll get to that later. Alright, let's get into it with my finished objects. Let's start with I guess, mostly finished object. So I finished one sock for Sock Week. This is knit out of Big Little Yarn Co.'s Satsumaimo Pie colorway, and it was her Pie Day sock set color. And it's so pretty. And the reason why this is like a half finished object is because I don't have the other sock. It's just this one. But, you know, one day I will make the other sock. I have a bad habit of only knitting one sock in a pair, so this colorway is so pretty, I need to knit the other one, and I will. So I'm putting it out into the world that I will knit the second sock for this. This cuff I did is the following the tutorial by Edible Thoughts Makes, Stephanie. She has a tutorial on her YouTube channel for this little peekaboo cuff, but I reversed the colorways. And then the heel flap, well, the heel is the shadow wrap heel, so there's no heel flap and gusset. Next up, I have here my mini mock tank. Okay. So this one I knit along with my other Bay Area friends. Together we all knit different variations of the mini mock by Jessie May Designs. And this one I knit out of Woollentwine Yarn's Corriedale sock base. There's no nylon and it's also not superwash. So it's just a very hardy wool blend of Corriedale wool. And it's a high twist 2-ply. But I've been wearing this a lot, especially to like our meetups and stuff. When we hang out together, we try to all match. So with this design, I knit it a little longer than it's called for in the pattern because I don't like to wear super cropped tanks, but I do like it cropped so that it hits me at the waist, and then my high-waisted pants or skirt will meet it just at the right spot. And in the pattern, it says to do ribbing under the armpit for like 6 rows maybe, but I did not read past that part, and I decided to do ribbing all the way down, and then I flowed it into the bottom hem. I like to call it a happy mistake because I actually really like the way it looks like this. Next up, I have my color tip tee, and this one is by Emily Curtis, or Emily Curt on Instagram. So she designed this in the same construction as her dad's sweater with the sleeves. It is a drop shoulder with shaped sleeves. And what's unique about this is that you can pick different colors to go with your color tip tee. It's like a little coloring book where you can change like all the ribbings out. So I did all the ribbing in one color and then the body in another, as you can see. And then I also did the pocket in the same color variations. And this is in Purl Soho's Linen Quill. The gray is in Oatmeal, and then the pink is like I think it's Rose Granite, but I will correct it if I am wrong. And this fits super well. Emily made one that was all one color, and I really want to make one that's one color as well, especially in like a dark color. It just looked really nice. So I think that's like my next whip that I will eventually cast on. Yeah, this fits really well. And I also wore this on the first day of Flock Fiber Festival, specifically last Friday. I know it was like a whole week ago already, but it doesn't really feel like it. So yeah, time flies. It was really fun to meet a bunch of other people who also were wearing their color tip tees. And I even met someone on the bus who was wearing it, and we were just both like, wow, nice tee. Yeah. And I also got to meet Emily at Flock and take a picture with her wearing our color tip tees, so that was really sweet. Okay, next up, we have another test knit, and this is for Tori of Tori NYC. And it is a V-neck on both the front and the back. The back sits a little higher to distinguish itself, and then the hem line is actually curved, so it's longer in the back and then shorter in the front. So it makes it like super wearable. And this neckline is made with like a built-in I-cord edging. And it's knit bottom up. And it has an A-line shape. But yeah, I won't go into too much detail on how it's constructed because you'll need to buy the pattern for that. But I knit this out of a yarn that I dyed a long time ago, and it is a MCN blend, so superwash merino, cashmere, and nylon. And it's this very pretty dusty pink color. This yarn is also so soft, so I might have to bring it back for my next, well, for my shop eventually when I have a shop update. Life has just been very busy this year with work and school, so I haven't had a chance to do like a large update or to dye much yarn in general. I've got two more FOs. Yeah. Here is my Slightly Sassy V, which is a test knit for Aimee Sher of Aimee Sher Makes. This is knit out of Amirisu yarn in the Parade line, and it's in the colorway New York, which is this concrete gray color for the concrete jungle. I really like how this yarn is like slightly heathered, so you get some variegation in it and it's not super flat. And I knit it to be cropped at the waist again, and also with a 3/4 length sleeve. And this hits me right past the elbow, so one day I will rip out the ribbing and then extend it a little just so it sits at a more comfortable place for me when I bend my arm. And then this raglan is shaped with a compound raglan. Aimee is really good at making garments that actually fit really well. And a compound raglan essentially follows like the curve of your body so that it doesn't just go straight diagonal. And it's a V-neck. This yarn is really nice. It is a merino wool and cotton blend. I believe it's 70% cotton, 30% merino, something like that. But there's more cotton in it than there is wool in it. And it was so nice to knit up and so soft. I have worn this a lot this summer. Okay, we are breezing through this. But my last finished object is here. This is also a design by Aimee Sher Makes. And she had designed this one for Flock Fiber Festival, or to have it show there. And it was originally knit out of Labiana May's Corey, I think, Corey worsted. I think so. But I decided to knit it out of Nutiden yarn, of course. Aimee originally had it as a fold over neck, but I decided to just have a straight stand-up neck that is a little taller. And the front has this really nice cable motif on it and kind of signifies like friendship, intertwining, and all of that. So it's very cute. I was able to take a picture with Aimee wearing this. Yes, I traveled with this all the way to Seattle, even though I was not planning on wearing it because it's summer and this is really thick. But we got to take a picture together. Both of us wore it for like 5 seconds for the picture and then immediately took it off. And this garment is designed bottom up, but it still has the same like compound raglan detail. So it's just decreases instead of increases at different rates. It also fits very nicely, and I can't wait for it to actually get warm enough to wear. Oh yeah, let me show a close-up of this yarn because it's really pretty. Hopefully the camera can capture some of it. Okay, well, we are done with finished objects already. I do have a lot of whips that I will go through. So yeah, let's just jump right into it. First off, that I have right here in this little project bag that Serena got us from Taiwan. This is the Wayfarer Tee. This is the front. This is by Lív Ulven. And I've tested many of her designs that uses Nutiden yarn. This is the first one that I'm testing that is a summer garment and does not use it. And I'm knitting this with Sunless Garn Sunday yarn, and it's a merino wool. It's the yarn that Petite knit uses like all the time. So I'm sure you know of it. But I actually really enjoy knitting with Sunday. So honestly, I can see why people love it a lot. It's really soft and it knits up pretty quickly. I also really like the heathering that's on this yarn as well. So it's also not like a super flat gray. This is a raglan construction top-down sweater. And I'm very excited to have this finished so I can wear it while it's still warm out. But honestly, in California, you can basically wear woolens. Well, you can wear like summer tees all year round. I have another design by Aimee Sher, and this is the Matthews pullover. Originally, Aimee had designed it for a knitting magazine, and it was called Seasons Change. So once I knit some more, there will be some cabling motifs around the shoulder and top half of like the, well, I guess like right under the neck area. And there'll be like cables up there, and then goes to the back too. And it's very pretty. I'm knitting the vest version, and it only requires like 300 grams of Nutiden yarn, which is really nice because that's I only purchased 300 grams of this colorway, and it's in the color Vanessa. And this is knit on 6mm needles, which is very large compared to my very tiny needles I use for fingering weight yarns. Yeah, Aimee has also regraded this pattern so that it fits her current grading standards. I'm very excited to have this done. And it'll be so nice when it gets cold. One day. Okay. Next I have here my Alu Cami. Originally I had planned to knit this to wear to flock, but that clearly did not happen because it's not done yet. Yeah, the cabling and the tiny needles just take me longer to knit. But I really like how it's coming up. This is knit up in Autumn and Indigo's merino bamboo base, which I don't think they have anymore, but it's really nice, really soft, and it also has a bit of shine from the bamboo. It's in this like light blue color, which I don't remember the name of. But this is knit on 2.5mm needles, which is very tiny. Yeah, enough about that. Next up here, I have what looks like a literal like rectangle rolly something. But I swear it looks nicer when it's like pulled out. Okay, so this is the Malinois cardigan, or at least the starts of it. I'm currently working on the back, but it is a saddle shoulder construction cardigan and is designed by Celine Knits. Celine is very well known for her, I believe it's the Nurtured bra or bralette, and she's really good at designing garments that like fit really well to your body. So she includes like very intricate shaping details as well as bust darts. But I don't need that, so that's one less step for me to do. But here is the saddle of the shoulder part, and then she has this like cable motif that will eventually go all the way down the sleeve, and then the back is plain stockinette. It just looks very weird right now because it's like so curly and the yarn is very thin. You get the idea of it. And I'm knitting this up in Woolly Knit Cone, and it's the British Wool Cone in Burgundy Red. The British Wool line of Woolly Knit is a little prickly for me, but hopefully after blocking it'll soften up quite a bit over time. And it will be less curly. And I really love like the fall colors, like burgundies, deep berry tones as well. Although my next two are not very fall colored. Alright, next up we have here. This is a children's knit. I'm knitting it for my niece, and it's by Hannah Graham of Hannah G Knits. And she designed this for children, and it is a it's a saddle shoulder construction raglan, and it's the seamless type of saddle shoulder constructions. The last garment you saw was a detached type of saddle shoulder construction, where you first knit the two shoulder pieces, the saddle pieces, and then connect like the back and then the front and then eventually the sleeves. So with the seamless saddle shoulder construction, you essentially do everything in the round. And then the increases are just put at different places to like increase the body and then increase the sleeves. But yeah, isn't the saddle like just so satisfying to look at? Because it's like just so straight and then it flares. And I'm knitting this in the We Are Knitters Merry Wool, I believe is what it's called. I don't purchase from them anymore, and I do not plan to in the future, but I do have it in stash, so I'm trying to just like work through all of that. Yeah. Next up, I have here, which is another test knit. I told myself I would do less test knits this year, but that clearly did not work out, which is fine. I love test knitting and I love working with designers. Ta-da! Okay, so this is the Superlative Sweater, and it's by Samantha Guerin. This will be a drop shoulder construction pullover, and it is knit in all boucle yarn. So I love the way that boucle knits up and how it feels, but I really do not like knitting it because the little loops on the boucle will sometimes get stuck on each other and it doesn't flow as well on your needles. It also slows me down quite a bit, and I like to knit faster. So yeah, I'm about like 2 inches down into the body, and I'm very excited to have this done as well. So I'm not going to be knitting any stripes into it, even though the original sample has it. But I already cleared it with Samantha, and it's totally fine. This is dyed up in my boucle yarn in the color Rosy Cheeks. Yeah. Okay, last but not least, the width I have worked on for the most part. Well, the one I've worked on, I guess, for more time than others. This is the Rusty Sweater by Hive Knits, or Lizzie. And it is a thick raglan design, top down, and it has this really thick rolled neckline or neckband. I do hope that it will stretch out a bit when I block it, because right now it's like very tiny. And when I tried it on, it's like a very tight turtleneck. So hopefully with blocking, it'll stretch out. And then she has these like very cute stripe details. I only have 4 of them, even though the pattern calls for 5, because I tried it on at 4 and it was the length that I wanted. So she was fine with just doing 4 or however many stripes we need to meet our satisfied length. And originally in the design, she has it so that the stripes are all different colors of silk mohair held together. But I used 2 strands of woolly knit merino cone, which is right here. It's just chilling on the ground. So I used 2 strands of that, and that happens to be my leftovers from the Calm Down cardigan, which I love so much, so I just had to mention it. But for the stripes, I dropped one of the woolly knit strands, and then I put in one strand of drops kid silk mohair. So I held them together and it created this like very pretty marled light blue, muted blue tone in the yarn. And I actually really like the way that turned out. Yeah, it is top down, and then the bottom has a really pretty split hem. This will also become less wrinkled when I block it. But I'm very happy with it, and I will be starting on the sleeves very soon. Sorry, I ran and grabbed one more finished object that I had knit up. This is the winter purse by Petite Knit. So I went to Flock with my friend Nicole, and we made matching purses, and it's very cute. I have a chain on it that I've just like tucked inside, and then the inside I used a like nautical fabric. I'm not gonna flip it inside out because there's still stuff in here. But it's like this like seahorse and a little ship wheel pattern on the inside. And I knit this out of Rerum Natura's Ulysses yarn. And it's a like thick fingering sport weight yarn, but it works really well with this. And I love it so much. It was so cute to wear around, and we got lots of compliments on it because we were matching. Yeah, highly recommend this clutch pattern. Okay, anywho, on to the Flock acquisitions. So as I mentioned, I went to Flock with my friend Nicole, and she also brought me some yarn. So these are the Wool Dreamers Manchalopies plates. She thought they were a little itchy for her, so she gave them to me because I really like knitting with unspun yarn, and they don't bother my skin as much. And I will likely be knitting a jacket or like a thick cardigan out of it. Thank you, Nicole. And then she also got me as like a birthday present some yarn that she got from Finland. I'm not entirely sure what type of sheep wool it is because it's in Finnish and I cannot read Finnish. But it's 70% wool and then 30% tencel. And it's a fingering weight yarn. And it's this really pretty burgundy, deep purple, grapey color. And I am a sucker for deep berries and burgundy tones. Yeah, it's so pretty. I can't wait to knit it up. So on Friday when I went to Flock, I purchased the following yarns. So I went on Friday and Saturday. Saturday was mostly to like pick up the remaining yarns I might have missed on Friday. Friday I also had like my main mission of purchasing yarn for Shreya, so I got her a lot more of her wish list. First things first, let's start with Explorer Knits. I got Pike Place and Morning Ritual. And Pike Place is in Denali Sock, and Morning Ritual is in Earthy Sock. And these are both part of the Seattle collection. So a bunch of these Seattle friends like Emily, Ariel, and Sylvan, they all wore matching tops in Pike Place, different patterns but the same yarn. So I thought that was very cute. And I really like the color on everyone. Now that I'm holding these two together, they would actually look pretty nice in like a color work top or something that's like color blocked. And then I went to the La Mercerie booth where I picked up some of La Bien Aimée's Flock Special slash La Mercerie Special colors. And this is in Autumn Hydrangea. This is really gorgeous variegated pink and mauve with some various like teal speckling on it. And then also at the La Mercerie booth, I picked up the Woolberry Flock sock set. And it's this very pretty like beige tone with various speckled colors. And the La Bien Aimée was with the merino twist base, which is superwash merino and nylon, and then the Flock sock set by Woolberry is also merino and nylon mix. Okay. That was actually, oh wait, no, just kidding. How can I forget this one? So I like to go to festivals and get something that is local. So like a local sheep fiber, local yarn from a local mill, or just anything that's like from the area, because I find that to be like something special that I can't like get all the time. Okay, so I got Island Time DK, which I purchased from Skagit Woolen Works. And this is a collaboration between Skagit Woolen Works, Island Fibers, and Abundant Earth Fiber, and they're all from the Seattle area, or outside of Seattle, but still close to Seattle in in Washington State. And this is a limited edition 100% Romney wool yarn, and it came in a 3-pack. So I got all 3 shades, and I'm gonna knit 3 different hats with it. And they are DK weight and 4-ply. Yeah, these are very pretty. This one's like a gray tone, and the middle one's an oatmeal, and then the one on this end, either left or right, left for me, right for you, is a chocolate brown color. It's super pretty. Okay, and now we're on to day 2 of flock. So Saturday, I picked up some more yarns from Explorer Knits because, as you'll see later, Shreya really loves Explorer Knits, and she also likes brighter colors than I do. So I was very influenced by her selection, and I had to get some bright colors as well. And included with that is the hot pink color, which is in my neon era. These 2 right here are on the Denali sock base. This green tealy colored one is To the Stars Who Listen. And then I got Duomo, just one skein, on the earthy sock base. I saw Duomo out of the corner of my eye and I just like grabbed it. Because originally I wanted a full sweater quantity of Duomo, but I did not go to flock early enough to beat out the entire crowd to get it. Yeah, they're very pretty. And then, as another part of some of my local wools that I want to get, I stopped by the Abundant Earth table, or booth, and I got this aviary yarn, and it's gray. It's a worsted weight made of merino and alpaca. So it also has like some little white nubbies in them, which gives it like a heathered look. And this yarn is really soft as well. I originally planned to make like a zipper sweater or something for my fiance, but he does not really wear sweaters that much and has rejected every offer that I've made him to knit him a sweater. But I might just knit it anyways, because if it's bigger, well, it's going to be bigger, so I can wear it too. So yeah, that's the plan with these. And then a very special yarn purchase I got. So this was kind of like my birthday splurge purchase because they're quite pricey. But this is the Moondrake & Co. Fua Fua, and this is in the colorway Blue Sage. And it's a 70% brushed cashmere and 30% superwash merino blend. And it is so soft. When I tell you it's like soft, it's like really soft. I'm running out of descriptors, as you can tell. But it just feels so nice, so lightweight, so plush. And I am so excited to knit it up. They only had 2 of these colors available at the time when I purchased it. So I've actually asked Rochelle if I can get another 2 skeins. And I did meet her in person as well, and that was very sweet. She's super nice, was very helpful in like helping to pick a pattern. But what I want to make with it is the Slightly Sassy V-neck by Aimee Sher, and Shreya kind of inspired me to also knit that, and so I'm going to be knitting that. It was between that and the Cumulus blouse, which has like a similar feel. I'm going to knit a long sleeve version of the Slightly Sassy V. And that was the last of what I had purchased. But on Sunday, my friend May also went to the festival on Sunday, and she was telling me how she's going to be knitting a Slanty Stripes tank by Emily Curtis using the Woolberry mini sets. And when she said that, I was like, oh shoot, I want to knit that too with the Woolberry mini sets. I had actually considered it on Friday, but I didn't end up buying it. So luckily on Sunday, May was able to pick this up for me. It's so cute and pretty. It's like a little bouquet of color. All right. Enough about my yarn. I also wanted to give a sneak peek of what I picked up for Shreya because I think it's more interesting. I really enjoyed shopping for like someone else because it was really fun to like pick things that I would normally not like pick up at all. So first up, at Abundant Earth, she got the Tulip Marl. Reception was really bad at the festival, so I was like trying to text her, I was trying to FaceTime her, and none of it was like going through, so I just ended up texting her, and eventually a picture sent, and she liked this, so I got this for her. It's like a gray marl, gray and white marl. It's very pretty and very soft. This is a Merino Rambouillet mix. And again, it's local. And then, ooh, my yarn's toppling. We did some damage at Explorer Knits. She got the In My Neon Era on Denali sock. Her purchase inspired me to also get neon pink, and I think I'm going to make a totally tank out of my skein, along with the rest of her pinks. Let's just go through the Explorer Knits. So she also got Pike Place on Denali sock, Gumwall. Ooh, let's see if I can hold these up all together. And Rain Shadow. These are 3 of the shades from the Seattle collection. So pretty. And then also from the Seattle collection, she got Morning Ritual. This one's on Surrey Alpaca, and this one's on the Denali sock base. And you can see like the different ways the dyes show up on different fibers. So on Surrey Alpaca, the colors will spread out more, and then it'll look more muddled and muted. It's still very pretty though, and it just makes it look very soft. And then on like a sock base or superwash merino, all the colors are very vibrant, and you can see like all the individual speckles. That's pretty cool. As someone who dyes yarn, it's very interesting to learn about these things. Okay, and then to go along with her Explorer Knits in My Neon Era, we also picked up the Surrey Alpaca lace. So pretty. And also got the Explorer Knits mini set for all of the Seattle collection. So this middle color was one of the ones I wanted to find and purchase. I think it's called Snoqualmie. And it's like a very deep green. But I did not see any of that, so I assume it was all sold out by the time I got there, which is unfortunate because it's really pretty. And the Shreya also got one of the La Bien Aimee flock specials or La Mercerie specials in Autumn Hydrangea and the Merino Twist. And we also picked up the Spin Cycle La Mercerie special color as well. And Shreya told me to pick like 3 of the most pink ones. So I was just like staring at all of them for a long time and pulling out like 3 of the most pink skeins I could find. And then this is the Moondragon Co. Fua Fua again. This is originally like what inspired me to also get the Fua Fua because it just feels so nice. This is in the Flock Special colorway Electric Barbie. So soft. And we also have here the Porter Wool Co. I'll Take Pink with My Yarn on the Surrey base. And the Porter Wool hot pink is, or neon pink, is slightly different than the La Mercerie, or sorry, than the Explorer Knits one. As you can see here, the Porter Wool one is just more neon, and then the Explorer Knits one is slightly darker. And it has like a bit more red in it. Okay, I think that is it for all my yarn stuff from Flock. But at Flock, I also purchased some wool soap. This is from Woolen & Co. And it's in the passion fruit smell flavor scent. And it just looks like very pretty. I think I'll definitely be purchasing more wool soaps or more wool washes from Woolen & Co. There's so many good scents, and I just kind of wanted them all. But you know, can't have that. And then I also got some very cute stitch markers from Denim and Rain. There's a little sheep and it's just so pretty. I love them a lot. I also got some needle point stoppers? Needle stoppers. Yeah, that's what it's called. I actually saw Emily Curtis picking some up and I was like, huh, those are actually a good idea. I actually do not have any of them, so maybe I should grab some. But yeah, these ones are very nice. So pretty as well. Okay, now that is it of all of my Flock acquisitions. I did also get in a recent order from Big Little Yarn Co., which I will show next. So when I first recorded this episode, I did like an actual like unboxing because I literally just got it and I hadn't opened it before. But since I recorded, I have opened it. So I'm just going to go through and show you everything that I got from them. Starting with the alpaca silk fingerings. And this is Reikai. And this base is super soft. This color is gorgeous. It has a very soft variegation in it. And Aimee Sher actually designed a tank, the Oolong tank, which is knit out of Big Little Yarn Co.'s alpaca silk fingering. So she had like sets being sold. Mel of Big Little Yarn Co. had sets being sold online for the Oolong tank in case people wanted to buy it and also make the tank. But I just got the sets anyways because it came in 2 and that's how many I need for like a tea or a tank's quantity. And this one is Maijo and this one is Amishi Village. And all of these are from the Studio Ghibli collection, so each of these colorways are inspired by the movies from Studio Ghibli. Hopefully you can see the colors all right. Okay, and then moving on to a different base. This is the British Wool Alpaca Fingering, and it's 20% gray UK alpaca, 40% blue face Leicester, BFL, and 40% Shetland wool. Yeah. I originally ordered this to become a Moon Crush pullover with these 3 colorways. We'll see how that looks because I'm uncertain about the mix anymore. Well, I am uncertain about the mix after looking at them in person. So we'll see. I need to do like a little swatch. But starting from this end, this is Reikai. And this tan orangey peachy one is Desert Sand. And this purple one is Maijo. Yeah, individually they're super pretty. Last but not least, I picked up 4 of her sock sets. So I'm just going to take them all out of the box. This one is The Legend of Ashitaka and Amishi Village. The first colorway is the main colorway, and then the second colorway name is the contrast. And this one is Merry-Go-Round Life plus Howl's Coat. And here we have The Princess Who Loves Insects and Desert Sand. Actually, let me flip it around so the tag isn't distracting the color. And then we have The Empty Restaurant and Reikai. And these are all on Mel's Trusty Sock base, which is a superwash merino and nylon blend. Super pretty. Now, the last thing I have to show you is not yarn acquisitions or ready-made yarn, but it's my 2 finished spinning projects. So I recently got into spinning a couple months ago when I got my electric eel wheel. I got the 6.0 one, so it's the larger one. And spinning has been really fun. So this one's the first one that I finished, and it's a BFL fiber. They're all 2 plies right now, but hopefully eventually I'll be able to do some more plying. But I really like spinning so far. It's been really fun and relaxing. This is all brown BFL. So spinning single colors is a little boring for me because it's just like one color that continuously gets fed into the machine. But spinning colors has been so fun because you never know like when the next color is gonna show up. Well, you know, but you just never know. And the second one is this monster of a skein. I believe this is 8 ounces, and it's around like 224 grams and 1,818 yards. I just counted it today. But this all fit on my bobbin, surprisingly. So I plied it all singly, like split the batch in half, and then I plied it, and then I spun it into singles, and then I plied 2 bobbins together, and it produced this gigantic skein. And it's like bigger than my head. And this is a Jacob wool. So this came in black and white together, and it was very fun to like kind of mix and match some of the pieces and then see how like the twisting affects the colors. So it comes out to be like this like marbly looking color. But yeah, I'm very happy with that. I still need to wash them though, so like actually starting to knit with them will be more in the future. And actually, I had one last acquisition. Well, 2, I guess. So I purchased from the most recent Nutiden collection. This is the August collection, which will be coming soon for everyone who's not a Patreon. But I was able to purchase it early, and they're so pretty. I have to limit myself to only getting like a little bit of Nutiden in every shop update because I am very clearly running out of space. But this is Vagabond, and it's an eggplanty purple. And then this one is Cacophony, which is a very pretty light blue gray. So upon first glance, this one looks like light blue, but when you look closer at it, it's a lot of gray that's in it, and then there's also some rust and purpley bits. So in some lights, it'll look purple as opposed to blue. And Vagabond is less variegated than Cacophony, but you can also like see slight chunks of like color built into it. It's just very pretty. So yeah, I am actually done finally. I'm putting out into the world also that I'm going on a yarn no buy for 1 year until the next Flock Fiber Festival. So this might not be possible, but we'll see how it goes. I need to keep myself accountable. I've been spending way too much on yarn. And some of my exceptions are fiber festivals, because I know there's one upcoming soon, which is Lambtown in Dixon, California. It's like 2 hours northeast of me. And then also 1 or 2 colors from the Nutiden updates, because they're like one of a kind and I really like everything that they produce. But I would just limit it to like my absolute like favorite color. And then what else? Oh, and also yarns that I actually dye myself. Those don't count either because I already have them. So yeah, Thank you again so much for coming back to my podcast. I know it's been a while. Hopefully I'll be able to record soon and show some of my progress on my knitting, especially with all of my whips that I have in progress already. And hopefully they'll become finished objects soon. I also hope that you'll be back next time, and please subscribe, like this video, and follow me on Instagram. I am always posting, well, not always. I post a lot of my finished objects there, and then also some like fun stories every now and then. But yeah, thank you so much, and see you next time.